Think you know Reacher? Season 2 of the Amazon series might just shatter your expectations. Buckle up, because we're diving into a world where heroes aren't born, they're made, and they're bigger than life itself. In this season, Jack Reacher, our hulking ex-soldier, finds his tranquil journey across America disrupted by the suspicious death of an old army buddy. This event pulls him into a larger conspiracy involving a shady defense contractor and corrupt politicians. To tackle this, Reacher reassembles his former Army Special Investigation Team. As they delve deeper into the case, they face numerous threats and challenges. The cast includes Alan Ritchson as Jack Reacher, Maria Sten as Frances Neagley, and Serinda Swan as Karla Dixon. The narrative explores themes of loyalty, courage, and justice, set against the backdrop of contemporary issues like corruption and misuse of power. The narrative structure of Reacher Season 2 is well organized, but it lacks the same realism and tight writing that made Season 1 a standout. The plot armor for the good guys feels a bit too convenient at times, detracting from the suspense and tension. While Season 1 had 3 distinct main characters with well-defined roles, personalities, and motivations, Season 2 introduces a whole squad of characters. This expansion feels rushed and results in artificial chemistry, relying heavily on flashbacks for character development. The antagonist, despite being portrayed as smart and resourceful, never poses a direct threat to Reacher and is dispatched rather unceremoniously. The underlying theme of justice and heroism continues from Season 1, but the execution in Season 2 lacks the same depth and nuance. The characters' actions sometimes contradict the established realism of the series, such as the inconsistent use of firearms and explosives, like not using firearms at an abandoned construction site because someone might hear, and using explosives on a house on a tightly packed residential street, and literally no one notices. Despite these issues, the season manages to maintain a decent level of engagement. The stakes are higher, and the expansion of the Reacher cinematic universe adds a new layer of intrigue. The psychological depth that was present in Season 1 seems to be lacking in Season 2. The characters' motivations and actions are not as well explored, leading to a less immersive viewing experience. Compared to the first season, Season 2 feels like a step down in terms of writing, character development, and realism. While it introduces new characters and expands the universe, it fails to capture the same magic as the first season. Despite these shortcomings, it's still better than many shows out there, but it doesn't live up to the high bar set by its predecessor. If you are enjoying this review, make sure to give it a thumbs up. In terms of performances in Reacher Season 2, the main villain, Langston, leaves much to be desired. His character comes across as unremarkable and easily forgettable, lacking both physical prowess and intellectual depth. He doesn't exhibit any particularly intelligent or insightful traits, and he never seems to be in command of the situation. His time is mostly spent aimlessly wandering around a R&D facility, engaging in phone conversations. Robert Patrick's portrayal of Langston doesn't add much to the character, appearing somewhat indifferent in his performance. On the other hand, Ferdinand Kingsley, son of the renowned Ben Kingsley, brings a lot more intrigue to the table as an international arms dealer. His character is polished, articulate, and sophisticated. However, his potential is largely untapped due to the script keeping him in a constant state of inactivity. He spends the majority of the season commuting to various locations without any clear purpose, and by the time he finally makes his appearance, his role is abruptly concluded. On a positive note, Alan Ritchson continues to deliver a stellar performance as Reacher. He remains cool, analytical, and always in control, dominating every scene he's in. His physicality is impressive, to the point where he seems to overshadow the rest of the cast. If you could write an episode for Reacher Season 3, how would you construct it? Share your creative ideas in the comments below. When it comes to action sequences and visuals, Reacher Season 2 presents a mixed bag. The season ups the ante with more fight scenes, chases, and explosive shootouts compared to the first season. However, the execution of these sequences often falls into typical action movie cliches, detracting from the realism that was a hallmark of Season 1. In Season 1, the action sequences were grounded and realistic, with Reacher using his military training to outsmart and overpower his opponents. The fights were brutal and visceral, reflecting the harsh realities of Reacher's world. The cinematography was effective in capturing the intensity and rawness of these moments, adding to the overall impact. In contrast, Season 2's action sequences often feel over the top and less believable. For instance, there are scenes where well-trained military veterans stand out in the open, firing at Reacher instead of using cover and tactical maneuvers. Similarly, antagonists often choose to fight Reacher hand-to-hand instead of using firearms, even when they have him at their mercy. These instances stretch the suspension of disbelief and detract from the realism of the action. Despite these criticisms, it's worth noting that Reacher Season 2 still delivers some thrilling and memorable action sequences. The season finale, in particular, offers a satisfying blend of tension, drama, and action. However, when compared to the first season, Season 2's action sequences and visuals don't quite hit the same high mark. In conclusion, Reacher Season 2 is a mixed bag. While it expands the universe of the series and introduces new characters, it doesn't quite live up to the high bar set by its predecessor in terms of realism, tight writing, and character development. The action sequences, although more numerous, often fall into cliches, and the visuals, while high quality, don't always enhance the narrative. Despite these shortcomings, the season still provides plenty of thrills and excitement. Alan Ritchson's performance as Reacher continues to be a highlight, and the season finale offers a satisfying blend of tension, drama, and action. However, the inconsistent character development and the lack of a formidable antagonist are noticeable drawbacks. So, is it worth watching? If you're a fan of the series or the genre, Reacher Season 2 offers enough action and intrigue to keep you entertained. It's also a good fit for viewers who enjoy character-driven narratives and don't mind a bit of plot armor. However, if you're looking for the same level of realism and tight writing as Season 1, you might find Season 2 a bit lacking. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss the next review.